Welcome back to News Geelong as we turn our attention to the world of sport in Geelong and our one and only Tim Mitchell.
Thanks, Graham. The Victorian Aces played the last of their home fixtures in the 2010 Claxton Shield at Geelong's Warren Ponds Baseball Centre last Saturday evening. News Geelong's Michell and Cal Lowther was on hand as the Aces won their third fixture against the Queensland Rams in the Claxton Shield down at the Warren Ponds Baseball Centre.
The Victorian Aces are currently involved in the Claxton Shield and are playing their final game of a 3-game series against the Queensland Rams. The Shield, which takes place annually, is our national baseball competition, which features a team from South Australia, Perth, New South Wales, Queensland and Victoria. The Geelong Baseball Centre has been the home for the Aces for nearly the entire season, producing some impressive results for Victoria's best players. This season, the Aces are thriving, currently sitting second on the standings. However, the league is competitive and only 3 states will progress to the finals. For any further information on results, schedules or tickets, log on to www.claxtonshield.baseball.com.au.
Cal also had the opportunity to catch up with Larry Meagher from Baseball Geelong and also spoke to Stephen Nash, the General Manager of the Australian Baseball League from Melbourne.
Tell us about the possibility of a Geelong team entering the ABL.
The Australian Baseball League will start off with 6 sides. There will be a Melbourne side that we recognise being called the Melbourne Aces at the moment. That will get a new name and new brand. The league will run for 2 or 3 years, and it's strongly mooted that it will expand to 8 sides. Another side in Queensland, another side in Victoria, and every chance that that second side in Victoria will be in Geelong because we've got the best facility pretty much in Australia.
Do you think there's a big scope for grassroots to grow? Do you think the Australian kids can sort of get on this sport and really turn it into a competitive sport in the nation's, comparatively to other sports within the nation?
Well, I think they can. People don't understand there's over 100 Australians playing overseas in the major leagues in America, Japan and all throughout Asia. We probably have more players playing internationally than most other sports.
From the Geelong Baseball Centre, I'm Cal Lowther, reporting for News Geelong.
Geelong Cricket Association President Grant Dew says the region is well equipped to host the 2012 Victorian Country Championships after a recent fact-finding mission to Albury, where the event was held this year.
Geelong is putting in to be the Victorian representative for the Country Championships in 2012. The idea is that we want to have a look at how it goes on the ground with the actual running of the tournament, and hopefully we could see some things that Albury could make mistakes for us, if you like, so that things that we liked, things that we didn't like. We've spoken to the Victorian team management about things that they liked, and we're also going to be talking to the 3 Geelong representatives to get a player's perspective on how the championships went up there.
Dew added that the league would be up against 2 other regions from around the state, with Warrnambool and Cobram also bidding for the event. A decision is likely to be made in May. To watch the full interview with GCA President Grant Dew, tune in to this week's Geelong Cricket Show this Saturday morning from 8:30 a.m. here on Channel 31. And finally in sport this week, there was no respite for the Geelong Football Club players as pre-season training continued on Monday despite the hot weather that we did have down in the Geelong region. There was good news on the injury front for the Cats, with ruckman Brad Ottens confident he will be fit for the club's opening NAB Cup game despite a freak propeller injury over the Christmas break. In VFL news, Daniel O'Keefe, who was a first-round draft pick drafted by Sydney but then delisted by the Swans at the end of last season, has signed with the Cats VFL side, as well as ex-Geelong Cats rookie Bryn Whedon. We also have to mention too that 3 Geelong boats are in the top 10 at the National Sailing Championships, I should say, over in Adelaide. The young sailing cadets doing fantastically at the national titles. And also well done too to Sam Shepherd and Harriet Brown, both taking out their events in the Peter Pub over the weekend. So another huge week of sport in Geelong, Graham. And back to you.
I can't let you go without asking the question, Tim. Will Cameron Ling captain Geelong?
Well, it looks that way, Graham. He certainly is leading from the front. Obviously, he wasn't out there at the training session on Monday, which was one of the interesting talking points, but all the talk seems to be that Cameron Ling, the unofficial mayor of Geelong, will be the next captain of the Cats.
Thanks very much to Tim Mitchell. Good luck with the cricket this Saturday. Well, it's been very hot, and we all must be wondering, is there any change in sight? With our News Geelong weather, Larni Salathiel.
Well, it has been an extremely hot week, but I can tell you some good news. We are in for some much needed relief. So let's take a look at Geelong's 6-day forecast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a maximum of 23. Friday, morning cloud, a maximum of 27. Heading into the weekend, Saturday, partly cloudy with a maximum of 25. Sunday, cloud increasing, scattered showers and a top of 21. Starting next week off for Monday, cloudy, scattered showers and the chance of thunderstorms later in the day with a maximum of 23. And Tuesday, cloudy, scattered showers and the chance of thunderstorms also with a top of 25. And today we had a partly cloudy day with a few isolated showers and a top of 23. So it's definitely a much cooler outlook, and I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy with this week's weather. Graham.
Thank you, Larni. We look forward to that cooler outlook, I assure you. Well, that's all from News Geelong for this week. Now, to make you feel more comfortable in the heat, look at how hard our forefathers worked in these types of conditions. No air conditioning, how lucky are we? Remember, take your time and smell the flowers. A very good night from News Geelong.